Hello dear students, this is Miss Damini Riang and I'm here today with your mathematics class on chapter number 3, that is coordinate geometry. So in this chapter, this area where we will be drawing some lines and representing some numbers is known as the Cartesian plane. Now, since the name of our chapter is coordinate geometry, we will be dealing with two major lines. That is the horizontal line and the vertical line. Now, I have intersected these two lines giving the coordinates 0, 0. And this point of intersection is known as the origin. Now this horizontal line is also known as the abscissa, and the vertical line is known as the ordinate. We also call this ordinate as y-axis and the abscissa as x-axis. Now when we intersect these two lines, the Cartesian plane is divided into four parts. That is this part, and this part. So now the part between these two lines is known as the first quadrant. This part is known as the second quadrant. This part is known as the third quadrant. And this is the fourth quadrant. Now we know that in a number line, the middle part represents the point 0 and is known as origin, and the numbers on the right is known as the positive numbers, and the numbers on the left is known as the negative numbers. In the same way, on the horizontal line, the numbers that are represented on the right are the positive numbers, and the numbers that are represented on the left are the negative numbers. The same goes with the y-axis, that is the vertical line. The numbers that are represented at the top are the positive numbers, and the numbers that are represented below are the negative numbers. Now in the first quadrant, since the x-axis represents positive numbers and the y-axis represents positive numbers as well, therefore first quadrant will represent the positive and positive coordinates. Now in the second quadrant, the x-axis is negative, therefore x coordinate is negative, and the y-axis is positive, therefore the y coordinates will be positive. In the third quadrant, the x-axis is negative and the y-axis is negative as well. Therefore, third quadrant will represent negative, negative coordinates. In the fourth quadrant, the x-axis is positive and the y-axis represents positive, negative numbers. Therefore, the coordinates are positive, negative. So therefore, first quadrant will have positive, positive coordinates. Second quadrant will have negative, positive. Third quadrant negative, negative. And fourth quadrant will have positive, negative coordinates. Now, whenever you make divisions in a line, keep in mind that this part is 1 centimeter. This should be 1 centimeter. And the rest of the division should be 1 centimeter as well. And if you divide the lines as 2 centimeter, this should be 2 centimeter. Rest of the division should be 2 centimeter as well. Now say we are asked to represent the coordinate 2, 3. Now what we have to do, the first number is the x coordinate, second number is usually the y coordinate. This is the rule of representation. First we represent x coordinate, then we represent the y coordinate. Now let us represent these numbers on the Cartesian plane. When we usually represent numbers, the first number between these two numbers is of x coordinate, and we represent it on the x-axis. Now since this is 2, we will represent 2 on the x-axis, and this is the point. The next number is 3 and it is y coordinate, so we will represent 3 on the y-axis. Since it is 3 and 3 is positive, therefore this will be your point. Now what we have to do is we have to draw straight lines from both the numbers, join them together, and the point which we get, that is the point of intersection, is the required coordinate 2, 3. Now next let us represent numbers, the coordinate 0, 2. Now 0 is x and 2 is y. Now x is equals to 0, so in the x-axis here is the 0. So we represent 0 at the origin. Next comes 2. 2 is the y coordinate, and 2 is a positive number, therefore this is 2. Now here none of the numbers are 0, therefore we do not need to represent the numbers on the number line, but since here x is 0, therefore we represented the point 0, 2 on the line itself. Next comes 3, 0. 3 is x coordinate and 0 is y coordinate. So now 3 is positive and y is 0. So here is the 0 of y-axis. So this will be our required point 3, 0. Next let us represent minus 2, 3. Here minus 2 is x and 3 is y. So in the x-axis this is the negative minus 2. And in the y-axis 3 is a positive number, so this is a point. Now when we extend the lines from both the points, this point of intersection is our required point minus 2, 3. Now let us solve question number 2 of exercise 3.2. Here I am writing the standard form of representing coordinate numbers. So your question number 2 of exercise 3.2 says, see figure 3.14 and write the following. Number 1, the coordinates of B. So to find the coordinates of point B, first we will find the x coordinate on the x-axis, then we will find the y coordinate on the y-axis. Now x coordinate points at minus 5, therefore x coordinate is minus 5, and the y coordinate is when you go to the y-axis it is at up 2, so therefore the coordinates of point P is minus 5, 2. Next the sub-question 2 says the coordinates of point C. Now we will find the coordinates of point C here. And the x coordinate of point C is on the x-axis and it points at 5, therefore it will be 5, the y coordinates of a point C is at minus 5, therefore the required coordinates of point C is 5, minus 5. The next sub-question 3 says find the point identified by the coordinates minus 3, minus 5. Here minus 3 is x and minus 5 is y, so therefore minus 3 in the x-axis is located here and minus 5 in the y-axis is located at the below, so therefore the required point is point E, and the coordinates are minus 3, minus 5. Next for sub-question 4, it says the point identified by the coordinates 2, minus 4. Here 2 is the x coordinate and minus 4 is the y coordinate. X is positive here, so let's go to the positive side, and this is point 2. Next y is minus 4, so on the negative side y minus 4 is here. So the required point is point G and the coordinates are 2, minus 4. Next, for question number 4, we are asked to find the abscissa of point D. So x here is known as the abscissa and y coordinate is known as the ordinate. So therefore we have to find the x coordinate, that is the abscissa of point D. So our point D is here, and the x coordinate is 6. 6 is positive here, so 6 is the abscissa or the x coordinate. Now if you want to find the y coordinate here is 2. Therefore the coordinates of D are 6, 2, but we are asked to find only the abscissa, so abscissa is 6. Next, question number 6 says the ordinate of point H. Ordinate means the y-axis, so therefore y-axis here is -3 and x is -5. Now we are asked to find the ordinate, so our answer will be the ordinate of point H is -3. Next, question number 7 says the coordinates of point L. Now where is our point L? Point L is here. Now in the point L, so in our point L, the y-axis is -5, but as for x coordinate, there is no x coordinate here and there is only y coordinate. So if there are no coordinates of the next coordinate, the answer will be 0. Next, question number 8 says the coordinates of point M. Our point M is here, and the x coordinate of point M is -3. See here, the line that extends from M, it stops at point E, so this line is for point E and not for M, and the x coordinate of point M is 3, whereas the y coordinate is 0. So that's all for today's class. In our next class, we will be solving exercise 3.3. So till then, take care and bye-bye.